I think we're about here. Who wants to learn some fun stuff, guys? Here's a 1, 2, 3. Or the other one, y'all know the arm raise? That's another good one as an instructor. So if you've got a very large group of people and you can't do it, you create a competition to see who can raise their arm the fastest. And whoever raises their arm, the person next to them has to raise their arm. When you raise your arm, you cannot speak. That's the competition. So you do this. We did this one time at a conference. I was like, that one actually works really effectively. Believe it or not, you got a bunch of people that just like throw their hands up. So how are we doing this afternoon for real though, guys? It is afternoon now, I guess. It is technically afternoon. It is my intention today to get you guys out of here, not drag things out, and give you a tool when you leave, okay? I'll tell you one of the things I get tired of, and even as an instructor, I get tired of this. Guys, I wish that I could just get borrowed by one of y'all for the day and help you with things, and then work for each of you for a week and help you with things and put all kinds of stuff into place. Like, I really do. People go, I wish I could borrow your brain, and I was like, it's the closest we got. So I just want y'all to be able to take most advantage of this while we have this time. And I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the world, but there is one thing that I will tell you is that few people will out-action me, okay? If I see something that needs to happen, I'm going to go make it happen, and I hope that you guys are the same today. You'll follow me on that? Yep. I have spent years studying marketing. I have, me and my family owned a promotional products business for 10 years. Then I worked for another real estate company for quite a while. I have been a writer now for 14 years selling books, which, by the way, is a tough business if anybody has not sold novels before. And yeah, so we're going to talk about AI, but real quick, I will introduce myself. My name is Patrick Mauldin. It says 12 years on there, but this is my 15th year in real estate. And in that time, I've worked with thousands of agents and other professionals in the industry, just like you, to be able to help grow and scale your real estate business using proven systems, models, and tools. It's kind of our theme here at KW, right? Systems, models, and tools. Originally from Birmingham, Alabama. Now I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm actually in Marietta, East Cobb. So I'm just right around the corner from you guys, where I live with my wife and my 2 daughters. My wife is a certified bibliophile. That is to say that she consumes books for sustenance. And we have almost 700 books in our house at this point. It's not counting our audiobooks and ebooks. I have a 12-year-old who's about the smartest and most creative kid you've ever seen, a 3-year-old that's super cute. This is an old picture, by the way, so she was a little bit younger. She's about to be 4. It's really crazy. And outside of everything I do here at KW, I'm also a published individual science fiction writer and will be attending DragonCon this year as a professional. So it's kind of a big deal. Very excited. So I do a lot of things in a lot of different places. I'm also a huge financials nerd. So, oh my gosh, what was his name? It was sitting over here on the finance. Tom. Like, he's talking about P&Ls. That is my heart. Like, yesterday, I finished my P&L for one of my LLCs and balanced a penny. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So let me tell you, there's nothing more important in your real estate business outside of selling than managing your finances. I used to be an MCA, and I can tell you, I met agents who made $700,000 and $800,000 a year in GCI that could not pay their bills. Okay? Doesn't matter how much money you make, guys. It matters how much you keep. And if you're bad at managing that or keeping track of it, then you need to get better. That's my professional advice in that. So anyway, what? Better? Yeah, better get better. I do want to mention Take Command with Patrick. This is my website for all my classes. So if you want to come to one of my classes, go to takecommandwithpatrick.com. This will connect to my regional training calendar where I do my virtual classes. I actually have one this afternoon that I'm going to have to pivot a little bit on because guess what? The world changes every like 5-10 minutes, it feels like. And this afternoon, I'm going to be talking about SEO and generative SEO, which is the idea of AI sends you leads. Some things have changed in that space. Like, for example, did you guys hear that ChatGPT is now serving us ads? Really? Even the paid version? Or not for now, but you wait. Just wait. I mean, when Netflix has ads in a paid account, when Hulu has ads in a paid account, then ChatGPT most certainly will. So here's the question you have to ask yourself. Are you getting real advice when you are talking to ChatGPT? And the answer is probably not. So I'm going to show you guys today some things you can do not to worry about that kind of stuff. We're also going to play in 2 AI tools today. we're gonna build something I made in ChatGPT, but then we're gonna put it in Gemini, okay? Because here is my personal opinion at the place we're at right now. OpenAI has only one revenue. Well, they have two revenue streams, I guess technically. Venture capital investment, okay. There's burning cash, and the second thing is that the paid accounts. That's the only places they're making money. They're trying to pull this ad revenue stream in, but the reality of it is everybody thinks that they will most likely be bankrupt in the next 18 months. ChatGPT.
Really?
Yes. They have a $1.4 trillion deal, infrastructure deal, but they are burning something like $20 billion in cash a year right now. And they're making something like $4? Something like that. So long story short, I don't think they're going to be, they may not be the ones that last, but we'll see, okay? Because there's two outcomes if AI wins, and neither of them are good. Or two outcomes in the AI space right now. Either it's a bubble, and we're going to have a huge correction, it's going to suck. That's going to affect us, and it's not going to be fun. Or the other one is it replaces everybody. Neither of those are really great outcomes. I think we're probably going to end up somewhere in the middle. But 30% of our stock market right now is an AI investment. So let me ask you guys this. Actually, here's a question in this before we actually get into the tool itself, okay? Who here has found tremendous actual measurable value in your business from AI? Tell me more.
So, home inspector. So I have about 20,000 comments that I put into my program before I started my business of everything that I see.
Mm-hmm.
I went back through when ChatGPT started coming out, putting him in there to refine that comment to make it more professional, and that's how I use. If I come
Comment, like, for example, tell me more. Like,
if I find a water heater that's not installed correctly.
Sure.
Right, and I can make a comment, and it just makes it sound more professional than me saying water heater's broken, call a professional.
Okay.
I have an actual comment of why it's broken, why it needs to be fixed, and who to call.
Okay.
ChatGPT ran through my whole Excel spreadsheet and did up all my comments.
Okay. So what it did is it took a data set and it found like a common better thread out of that though. Yes.
And all
Okay.
the language of every comment looked the same.
Okay. Anybody else gotten just disproportionate value from it? Tell me more.
Anna Abraham,
Hey, I was like, hang on, yes. And yes, yours is a unique situation too.
I used it to create a proof of concept
Mm-hmm.
platform, but then had to actually go develop.
Yep, and actually go code it.
The proof of concept was valuable getting. It probably shortcutted time.
That is one of the big use cases that's actually coming out of AI right now, and they're still not sure how far this is going to go, is AI coding itself and coding programs. Have you noticed like a lot of apps popping up out of nowhere lately? And it's because a lot of people are doing what's called vibe coding, which is where they take something like Claude and they say, this is what I need, and it builds it. And it works and doesn't. Depends on the platform. Usually you still need a developer involved in it, but instead of having a whole team of people, they end up having maybe a couple of people. At what point does it become good enough that that you don't need people? That's the big question, because just like Misty was talking about earlier, you can have it create a script, but there's a difference between being the person who wrote the script and it just giving you a script. Okay, when it comes from, for lack of a better way to say it, when it comes from your heart, it means a lot more, and it has a higher amount of impact, and you have a deeper understanding of how to use it. It's the difference between information and wisdom. Okay, so we can learn a lot of things, but is it really wisdom? Okay, like I could hand you a spreadsheet of numbers, and you could look at the numbers and you could come up with all kinds of ideas, but you could have someone else that looks at that same spreadsheet who's seen this kind of spreadsheet before in this kind of industry, and they're going to see things immediately and go, yeah, you need to be looking at this, or you need to look at that. It's just like CMAs, right? If you were to hand a CMA without context to one of your clients, are they really going to be able to read it? Or do you have to walk them through why these things are important? If a house is more expensive this year than last year, is that the whole story? Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I haven't seen myself personally where AI can replace everything. I just haven't seen it. Now, I have gotten some benefit from it, like especially from people that don't explain correctly or don't explain at all, or you're trying to like figure out what they're trying to say, like doctors and stuff. Like when I take my parents or even myself, it's been great for that.
Yep.
It's been great for that. But have they been able to replace it?
It's going to be interesting, that's for sure, guys. However, let me ask you this question. Anybody here know what a custom GPT is before we jump into this? How would you define a custom GPT in your words?
Okay, it's not because I created it. I'm married to a software developer.
That's even better.
Okay, so I don't do anything when it comes to tech. I kind of just use it and tell him what I need.
Yep.
And so he's created all kinds of custom GPTs where I can just go in there and then I just take a screenshot and it creates it, or I just put language and then it translates it, or whatever it may be.
So, yes, are you using any?
I mean, I have one that just looks at one code book,
Okay,
which is the IRC main code book.
okay.
Instead of it
For
showing
inspection, so it goes through something.
So the whole
Okay.
internet getting different information is just the code book.
So imagine for a second, I love that. And imagine for a second that a custom GPT is basically you've built an assistant who knows nothing but the thing you want them to know. Kind of like BrokerBot. Yes, you put all the rules in there and it can only go through those rules. We can build the same thing for your business marketing. Okay, and this is something I'm going to give you guys a tool we're going to walk through that helps you get clarity to that. The what?
That we can build, or it's already done.
That you're going to build with the tool I made.
Okay.
Okay? So one of the things I realized a few years ago, and I started seeing the change in the market. Anybody going to family reunion, first of all? Anybody? Okay, good. Go to Social Media Con, make sure you're there. Go see Gary Vee. Also, he's going to be there at Social Media Con, yeah. Everyone here, I want y'all to write down a book, and y'all need to go get it and read it right now. I know I'm big on books, I write, we do a ton of reading, but this absolutely changed everything. It is called Day Trading Attention by Gary Vee. I should have an affiliate link up here because I am an Amazon affiliate, but I don't. But right now. But here's the thing. It's called Day Trading Attention. I would recommend, if you like audiobooks, grab the audiobook and also grab a physical copy of it. I'm not trying to double sell. It's just you can't make notes in an audiobook. It's really tough to, okay? One of the problems you will find, and you probably have when you've gone on YouTube and other places, I need to make my social media better, social media expert. You get all kinds of like crazy advice, and none of it are you sure it's correct. A lot of it's 2-3 years old. This video really performed really well, so it's the one that they show you, and you don't get a ton of value out of it. Anybody had that challenge? Because that's what I have every time I dive into that space. This is the first book I've read on social media and marketing online that what he says works because I tried it that week and I started getting traction already. Okay? The basic thesis of it is that the internet is an economy of attention, and so we are fighting to find the spaces where we can get attention. Platforms do not care about social media anymore. What they have gone in 2022, just quick history, 2022 social media numbers started diving. Platforms started freaking out because guess what? Shareholder supremacy. They go, we got to make more money than we did last year, so how do we make more money? And then we're going to have to change everything. Well, TikTok was the first platform to do it, which is where, anybody here on TikTok? Okay, you have a TikTok? It shows you what you want to see. Okay, that's how TikTok works. They don't care who your friends are. They don't care who you follow. It shows you what you want to see. Well, when the other platforms started getting wise to that, they went, oh, so if we just show people what they want to see, they'll stay on the platform for longer. So Facebook started doing it, Instagram started doing it, and so the followers and everything that many people have built over years kind of are irrelevant at this point. Not completely irrelevant, but they are much, much diminished compared to what they were used to. Now what you're going to see in your feed is whatever the platform thinks you are going to engage in. Either it's going to make you excited, either it's going to make you pause and engage in it, or it's going to make you angry. These are kind of the only modes that they have. Anybody else scroll through social media and just get pissed off all day long? Okay, and feel existential about the world? Okay? If anyone shares that feelings with me, that is the platform actually preying on you because they know what buttons to push. Okay, that's how they sell more ads. That's how they gather more data on you. It's a whole game to try and get more information about you. One Gary's Vee book, what he talks about is how to take advantage of that. And you take advantage of it by seeing where, so like in the stock market, when you invest in the stock market, because he calls it day trading attention, you want to do what and sell what? That's right, because when demand for something is high but the supply is low, where does that leave the price? Leaves it up, right? So it's kind of the same idea in this. You have to find the places online where the supply is low, but the platform wants it. Okay, there's a lot of people searching for XYZ or looking for XYZ, but not a lot of people making content for XYZ. Then you go make it, and then you fill in those blanks. But you have to do them based on whoever it is that you serve best. They have to appeal to your target market. You know how they say like attracts like? It's kind of the same thing. What I discover most agents don't know, and this is a challenge for a lot of people who haven't gone deep into marketing, is they're not sure who they serve best. They go, I help everyone buy a house. This is usually what I hear people say in real estate, and I was like, no, you don't. You don't. I mean, you might think you do, and when you really start to look at your past clients, you'll find there's a certain trend in where your past clients are, where you found them, where you met them, what kind of people they are, what values they have, and so on. So here's what I'm going to do, and let's see if it'll let me. Dang it, I'm going to have to pull up another slide to get a QR code for you guys, because I want to share this with y'all. And then we're going to go through the exercise as a group, okay? We're going to come up with a fake client. Does everyone here know what an avatar is? Have y'all heard about this at this point? Okay, so client avatar, if anybody's too afraid to speak up, is that, and hang on a second, it's going to be my January one. A client avatar is going to be your target audience. It's like, I serve families in the Cherokee County area who have this kind of income, who have these kind of homes, they want to be in these kind of schools, they have 2 kids, they like pets, they go hiking on the weekends, the parents like playing pickleball, whatever. I get so tired of hearing people say that one, but that one comes up over and over again. They go on vacation. Their dream is to eventually own a cabin in the mountains or a house on the lake. Y'all follow where I'm going? I know this sounds really detailed, but it's very specific, because how do you cut through the noise? If you were to literally if somebody were to literally reach their hand through your feed and say, forget everything that's going on, I got exactly the thing that you need, you're going to at least stop for a second and go, well, hang on a second. Maybe you do have what I need. A what? Yeah. You see, if I knew that, I could have. So, and that is the challenge. Most people go, that is a lot of work to figure that out, right? And you would not be wrong. It is not the easiest thing in the world to go super deep in this and understand all of these pieces. But what we can do is we can build a model, we can build a custom GPT, we can build wow, is it doing that? We can build a custom GPT, if you guys want to scan this, that will help you be more consistent in creating content that appeals to your specific target avatar. Now, what I'm giving you guys is a model today. The output that this is going to give us, you can modify and do anything you want with. Okay? Because the biggest thing is people go, I don't know what all needs to be in the prompt. And you could go, well, I could ask AI to do it. Yeah, you could. That's essentially what we're doing. I wanted to walk you guys down a narrow path, though, just like we were talking about with the code book for inspections, right? It's like building codes, right? I wanted to take you guys down a specific path. If we just had a conversation with AI, everybody's AI in here would have a different conversation with you. Okay? But we're going to have a very similar conversation because I built the tool and I gave it the set of rules as they're defined. Is it working for you?
Try the back TV. It might have less.
Yeah, it could be because it's kind of washed out looking. Did it scan for most of y'all? Okay, I've got another QR code at the end. I'm going to get email addresses, and I'll email you the link. So if you, for some reason, accidentally close it out or it's not saved to your ChatGPT or whatever, don't stress. So we're going to go through the exercise first. I'm going to walk you guys through the intention, and then you can choose your poison. Okay, choose wherever you want to. So on mobile, it doesn't have these little buttons. I figured this out the other day teaching this class. So if these buttons don't exist on mobile, you can just say start exercise or let's begin or something like that. I'm sure it will work just fine. Yeah, it just says this. So I'm actually going to click this first button because I'm doing it from desktop. And let's zoom in a little bit and make it bigger for you guys. So we're first going to define our target audience. After we define our target audience, and for anybody who's a high D in the room, you're going to get tired of answering questions. I'm going to let you know ahead of time. You have to answer these questions because you've really got to get clear on who these people are. If you were to hire a marketing company to do this for you, like brand builders, they would do exactly the same thing and they would make you sit through an 8-hour class to do it. Okay, so I had somebody who got a little impatient. One of my last classes, I was like, well, you could be in an all-day class. It just took us like 30 minutes. So it would only take about 30 minutes. So, all right, when you picture your ideal client, who are they in terms of family and life stage? Are they single, a couple, married, working professionals, stay-at-home parents, empty nesters, young family with kids, something else? What do they look like? Okay. Anybody else? Spanish speaking. Okay. Okay. See, we're already in a lot of different places. This is why people can't say, well, I serve everybody, because we have all kinds of different people, right? So we'll make it simple. I'm going to split the middle in here. I'll say family. Most of the time we're dealing with families. Married families, which I'll mostly deal with. Okay, I'm going to say married. Are one of them working or both of them working? Are they single income or dual income? Single? Okay. Okay, we'll go with single income this time. Single income. And how many kids? Wait, you said empty nesters? Let's go with the empty nester example, okay? Okay, empty nester, okay? Family, married, single income, empty nester. Okay. How would you describe their values and priorities at this stage of life? Now, one of the things I want to be clear about values, okay? Every single time somebody goes, God, family, business, or something like that, okay? These are not wrong, but these are not necessarily just values. So like, we'll do this. Give me a list of values as options. So here are some things that I think sometimes people kind of get sideways on. Core values are basically what drive you in your life. They're not necessarily that, well, I believe in God, football, and whatever things we do here in the South. It can be like, for me, utility is a big value for me. I do not buy anything that is not going to last and I can't keep for a very long time. Me and Wesley were talking about this a minute ago. I have a pair of studio monitors at home I bought in 1997 that I still use in my home studio, okay? Like 1997, okay? I have a North Face jacket that's almost 25 years old that looks brand new, okay? Like I do these things, okay? So when it comes to that, like look at this, family and legacy, financial security, stability and peace of mind, freedom and flexibility, comfort and ease, low stress and simplicity, community and long-term relationships, privacy and personal space. So let's just pick three. Just give me three things that may be important to these people. Freedom, flex. Oh, what'd you say? Oh, I like that. Okay, let's pick one more something. And it doesn't necessarily have to be from this list. One of y'all's videos earlier for the committees was talking about, health and wellness. Like that can be a core value too. Like we like to be healthy. And nobody likes to say, we like to be unhealthy. Like that's never a core value, but it's just like, we just don't give. Okay. Okay, we can say that. Okay. All right. How much money do they make? We picked single income, empty nester. 200 plus, okay. Okay, next layer. What do they enjoy doing in their free time? Okay, what else? Give me some things. Okay, they're empty nesters right now, so grandkids. Hosting family, that's a big one. And that could definitely inform the decisions they make in the property they buy. They may be empty nesters, but we want the big open living room so we can have everybody over and the big dinners and stuff. How would you describe their level of ambition? Now here's this is an interesting one here. All of us standing in this room are real estate professionals in some way or another, okay? We probably think that everybody we work with has a high level of ambition. That is not necessarily true. So, what's their level of ambition in life? Okay. I like hardworking. I'll go with hardworking. Mm-hmm. This person.
And they are, I just saw it. Can you scroll just a
Mm-hmm.
bit?
Lifestyle focused, okay. I think that's important. Not everybody wants to go make $10 million a year and have the yacht and the plane. A lot of people are like, you know what? I want to make a good living to where I don't have to worry about things. I want to spend time with my family, and I want to like build cuckoo clocks or like whatever their particular random interest is, you know? Or I want to go on trips or whatever it may be. So we have hardworking. What is their daily life look like? What do they do on an average day? I like exercise on that. I mean, yes, work could be part of it. What else?
Spend time with family.
Okay.
Social events.
Okay. Give me more. Be more specific.
Garden club.
Garden club.
Networking.
Mahjong or whatever.
Very different client.
Distinct friends. You see? You see?
Such a different client.
You see?
Not even funny.
Your clients are sitting around playing mahjong.
No pickleball, no gardening club.
Está bien. It's okay. You see, that's a big aha. That is a huge aha. My clients are more like me. This is what we have to realize too, is that sometimes we'll go, well, I'm having a hard time finding this. And sometimes you have to find people that are like you, or you have to understand different groups of people. Like that's just the reality of like where we are. A lot of times, and have you ever? I'm sure you meet this client, man, like I really just vibed with them. Like we just got along so great and everything. We had so much in common. Like this is normal. Same thing happens in hiring, by the way. Anybody here building a real estate team or adding anybody to their organization? Okay, I'm going to tell you, as someone who's hired a lot of people over the years for work, do not hire somebody because you liked them or because you felt like they were like you. They're probably the wrong hire. And I'm not saying that they are always the wrong hire, but like a lot of times we cloud that because we see ourselves and them and go, oh, well, they're going to be great at this, and that's not always the case.
I usually meet people around me. It's funny because my husband's my opposite personality. My best friend is my opposite personality. My cousin, my sister, they're all opposite personality. When I hang out, I love hanging out with people that are like me too, but I get more done when I hang out with people that are like them. If that
Correct.
makes sense.
Absolutely.
Because I need like a combination. I think that together, my husband and I make like one full person.
I know. I get that. I get that. So disc profile is the part we're on, and this is a great place to go in there. So disc profile is you can take the free Tony Robbins ones. I think still exist if you don't know what this is. But what?
They don't give the results.
They don't give the results. There's still some free ones you can get to. Okay, but the basic idea is a D is a driver, is a dominant personality, and I is influence, social, connect with people. S's are steady, consistent. They want the same thing all the time. And then C's are going to be analytical, data-driven, and compliant. Okay, I'm an IC. Okay, what are you?
I'm a DI.
You're a DI. Okay, is your D first?
Huh? My D is first.
Your D is first.
I'm actually 100. I did the Tony Robbins.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm 100% D, 100% I, which is rare.
Okay.
That's what they told me.
But you don't have then you don't have any S or C?
I don't have anything else.
So you don't give an F. Like I'm just kidding.
I
I'm just kidding, guys.
married someone that's 100% C and nothing else.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
My wife is almost no I, and she's almost all S. And I'm very high on my I, and my S is okay, but I'm mostly C otherwise. So I joke, just like there, I was making a joke, I'll give money to KW Cares if I need to on that because of my almost cuss word. But it's like I want to tell a dirty joke because my I wants to, but my C knows I'll get in trouble for doing it, so I don't. So that's like this weird balance that happens. Yeah, it's a good balance. I'm like, no, I'm just not going to. So let's just say, since this is since we are talking about a single income here, the single income person, what do we think that they might be? A D what?
Maybe like a DS or a DS. Well, it depends because S's are so opposite to a D. Like I don't have any S in me, and it's easier for me that I'm such a D to get along with someone that's a C or an I than someone that's an S because whenever I mention something, they're like, but if this goes wrong, I'm like,
Yeah.
anything can go wrong.
Anything can go wrong.
You know?
I'm an S.
Are you? But you're not 100% S. Not even close.
I'm an S and C.
I'm going to say a DS. Now, why would we ask this? Why would we ask this? Why does this matter?
To know their personality, know how to work with them.
So how do you approach a high D?
Quick.
Which is not what we're doing right now, okay? That's the high D. How do you approach a high I?
You're friends.
Uh-huh. How do you approach a high S?
Data.
Data
No, I would say that's the data.
Well, S still has some, but the S, you have to make them feel like they can trust you. You have to make them feel comfortable. The S and C kind of share something in that both of them are usually your engineers or your CSs, okay? Especially engineers, because you've got someone that's, like, I had a friend who made like big industrial stuff, and like his biggest fear was putting a bolt in the wrong tube and them having like high pressure and exploding and killing people. Like that, he had nightmares about that. I'm like, you're a great engineer. You do really good at this. He's like, yeah, but that terrifies me. And that's everything he does is around making sure that he's checked off everything, that he didn't mess anything up. Perfection. So we'll say DS. All right, let's see what we got next. Okay. All right, if they could have anything they wanted in the world right now, what would be their dream? It's important, because if you can help people get to their dreams, not just the home of their dreams in general, okay? It's a vision, it's an experience, it's a place they want to be. What does this person want? They're empty nesters, single income, DS. What do they want? Okay. How often would they travel, though? It's their dream. Would it just be, we want to do some traveling, or is it like, I want to leave the house and literally not come back for 2 years? Is that you? You see? Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna put the motor home and travel the USA before they die.
It's funny because I have the same client that wants to travel the USA, like with the motorhome, like over and over and over. But they still want to have a home base, so that's why the house
Sure.
doesn't have to be that big.
Yeah, that's right. It just has to have a garage or a place to park it, right? There you go. When they're thinking about buying a home, what are their biggest concern? Think negative emotions, guys. Okay, I know this sounds weird, but we solve problems in this industry. We don't sell people houses, do we? We help people find the thing that works for them. So can they afford it? So affordability is definitely, that is a thing all the time, but when you're retiring, of course, those are things that, you're looking at empty nest and retiring, you start worrying, am I going to be able to do this on the income that we set ourselves up for? So, yeah. Okay, yep. Too many renovations. We'll put home maintenance concerns. We'll put some of that on there. All right. Empty nesters who value. Okay, so we have a profile on these people. Or we're getting there. Hang on a second. What are the biggest challenges they're facing? Ooh. Yep, fixed income. They may be working for now, but that's not going to last forever. Hopefully it won't.
Questions about the future with their investments and things like that. Setting
Ooh,
themselves up.
taxes. Yeah, I like that. Here's the thing, guys.
Estate planning.
Estate planning. Ooh, you see? You guys are digging deep into good things. As someone supporting someone like this, how do you add value to them? If you can be their one-stop shop, I'm not just going to be your agent, but I'm also going to connect you with all the other people you need. I've got an attorney that can help do your estate planning for you, make sure you have your living trust and all this kind of stuff. I've got a CPA who is great at tax planning. We can help with some of the investments, like whatever it may be. They may or may not use these things, but the fact that you know the people and you connect them with the people, like this is kind of a big thing, not just who's the painter. That's great. I can help you get a painter, but. Okay. We have an avatar. All right, so part 2. Let's talk about branding and voice. This is going to be very unique to everybody here. All right, so defining your brand and voice. Does this feel like your person? We'll say yes. Okay. What area do you serve? What's your target market? Okay. Okay. Oh, here's a side question. Who in here has a geographic farm that they work? Okay, everyone else should be raising their hand.
So when you put something that's like Cherokee County,
I should have said Cherokee County, Georgia. Yeah, I really should have gotten a little more specific on that. The reason I mentioned the farm, at the very least, your neighborhood is your farm. At the very least. Every top producing agent, not every, many of the top producing agents I know have put a flag in the ground and they've said, this is my area, and it could be a city, it could be a couple of subdivisions. Like, let me ask this: who here has sold more than 50 homes last year? Anybody in the room? 40 homes? Okay, 30 homes. Look, if you farm one or two communities in anywhere around Atlanta and you do it effectively, you're going to sell 30 or 40 homes a year. That's a reality. And I know it seems weird and everything, but I'm telling you, the juice is worth the squeeze. That's why you see people do it all the time, is because it actually does work. What's your core value proposition? Okay, why do people choose you over other agents? This is usually really hard. I know that one, yeah. We can do that one. They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. What else?
They become family. My clients become family.
Okay.
I treat them like family. I talk to them kind of like family, which sometimes gets me in trouble.
Listen up, buddy. I'm telling you, you need to quit this.
Yeah, but I'm very honest.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Why else do they choose you? Communication and availability.
like I said before, one-stop shop. I got an estate planner. I have. You have all these resources.
One-stop shop for many different wealth and financial services. You can do that. Service like connections. Okay, you can do that. An exercise I'd recommend that you guys do at some point. This is aside from this. So there's a thing in film and in books that they call a log line. And a log line is basically you have to take a 2-hour movie, you have to take a 120,000 word book, you have to reduce it to one sentence. You have to. It's the only way to sell it. That's how you have to sell it. Like, for example, there's a really popular book right now, a series called Dungeon Crawler Carl, and it's basically a guy and his cat end up whisked away by aliens to save the Earth on a television show. That's the log line, basically, for the book, okay? That says a lot. It doesn't say everything, trust me. That is the craziest series I've ever read. But it says enough. You have to be able to say that, too. Also, when you're doing social content, it becomes your tagline, essentially. Hi, I'm Patrick Mauldin, Director of Technology and Resources with Keller Williams Southeast Region. In my 15 years in real estate, I've helped thousands of agents just like you be able to grow and scale your real estate business using proven systems, models, and tools. I know that's 2 sentences, but you get what I'm saying. It's still, you have to have something. You can't go all over the place. You have to be very specific. So, what tone do you want your social media content to have? Aggressive. Buy from me. Straightforward? Okay. So direct, we could say. Friendly? What? Professional? What else? Caring. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay. 2 more questions, guys. How do you describe who you are as an agent as a whole? This is the exercise I was talking about that you need to think about. To give yourself a couple sentences to be like, this is who I am. We don't necessarily have to do this right now. Be like, let's skip this. Work with what we have. All right, what's your main objective on social media? And this is something I think that is very, very, very important. Are you trying to hit a specific group of people like past clients and make sure they never forget about you? Are you trying to go viral to potentially create crazy amounts of leads? Who knows where they'll be in the United States to build a referral network? I'm sure you guys, who's on Instagram, right? Okay, Have you seen the Tampa Bay girl who does the snarky home things where she talks about, this is where so-and-so did the blah, 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 blah. And then she's like in another room and she does these. These videos get millions and millions and millions of views. They are wildly inappropriate at times. However, the way that she has her funnel set is you go into her profile, it goes to like a link tree or something. You have the ability to reach out to her if you're in her market, but it also, what she's done is built a referral business off of this. Because the problem when you go widely viral, you don't know where these people are coming from. Like you don't get to say, I want people in Cherokee County. You get who knows where, okay?
Does she have there? Does she have like different areas?
Nope, there's a form. It's like get in touch with me, and it's an intake form, essentially. And she uses that to filter which ones are in her market and which ones she's going to pass off as referrals. Okay? But who here likes mailbox money? Okay? So the question is, what do you want your objective to be? Are you wanting to go viral? Are you wanting to reach people just in your market? Are you wanting to put your flag in the sand or flag in the ground to say, I want everything about this place to be about me? I know I pick on her all the time. She does a great job at this, though. But Sarah Maslowski, who is at the North Gwinnett Market Center, if anybody's seen her, she does YouTube videos. She does TikTok, Instagram. If you live in that area, you can't not know her. Okay? And she sold like $150 million in real estate from her channels on that. Okay? Sarah Maslowski. Yeah, she's got dark hair. Hang on.
I try to stay away from social media because I feel that it like sucks you in and then I don't get other work done that I need to get done.
Well, the question is, are you creating content or are you consuming content? Social media, I'll show you. So Sarah, I'll show you, yep. This is who I'm talking about. Okay? She does a really, really, really good job on this. I'm not on my profile right now. This is Southeast region. This is not my page that I'm logged in under. I had to do some stuff for the region, and so I'm logged in under the wrong account right now. Because I was like, why? Like, none of this looks right to me. So
I have 19,000 followers, so it's not like a huge amount of followers, but
it's about leads. She only cares about leads.
yeah.
All she's trying to do is get people to say, I'm curious, can we have an appointment? Yeah.
And so how much does she do?
She, through YouTube and her, what she's done on Facebook and Instagram, last I heard she sold about 150 million. Maybe not in 1 year, but I think she's only been seriously doing this for about 3. So that's still very good solo agent production, guys. One person. She doesn't have a team, it's just her. Now, she may have a team for her video stuff at this point, but like what I'm saying is she doesn't have agents on her team. She may have a transaction coordinator at this point, but that's about it. So, all right. So what do you want to get out of it? What do we want? Followers, likes. Generate leads. Okay, let's do that. Leads. Go-to agent for my market. I didn't have to capitalize that. I just felt like it. Okay, this is the part that confuses most people. We just use ChatGPT to make a prompt we're going to put into another AI. This is the part that usually I lose people on. If any of y'all log into this link later, not if, when y'all log into this later, it's going to pull you through the exercise just like we did. You can go through this exercise as many times as you want. You can name all these different custom GPTs you make after different people. Say you've got your empty nesters, but say you've got your first-time home buyers. Your empty nesters are the Johnsons. Your first-time home buyers are the Greens. You get what I'm saying? Like you can build different ones. Yes, sir.
So when you say build different ones, because we agents serve everybody. I don't care if you're single, married.
Mm-hmm.
You make one specific for empty nesters, and then go back and make one specific for first-time home buyers.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
different avatars.
I would say different avatars. And your the agent part, and even the way you present yourself, these different groups of people may be a little bit different. Okay? So, you see it says master prompt right here? This is how complicated it is, guys. This is the toughest thing. We're going to copy and paste. Okay? You go all the way down here to instructions for content creation, you copy it. Does everyone in this room know how to copy and paste?
I'm going to try.
I'll ask ChatGPT.
I say that as a joke, but I taught this online, and I had a complete meltdown of people because they were asking me how to copy and paste, several people in the chat. So I'm just making sure we don't need to go through this. This is no insult.
So we just have to copy and paste that part.
copy and paste the result after you've done the exercise. It says master prompt, and we go all the way down. Seconds.
Before the usage note? Before that.
Wait, hang on. Oh, you can take the usage note too, but do not take installation instructions. Oh, wait, no, hang on. No, you're right. No, usage note is the end of it.
Okay, so right before usage.
Yep. Step number 2, guys. We're going to go to Gemini. Okay? Gemini is Google's AI. It works really well. And over here on the left side, you're going to see these things called gems. In ChatGPT, they call them a custom GPT. In Gemini, they call them a gem. Okay? Why they call them gems, I have no idea. They're special, I guess. So we click on this thing that says gems, and it's going to pull us into this little menu right here. And then we're going to say, what do you think?
How did you get there?
So gemini.google.com. I'm sorry. I should have said that.
I don't see where the gems.
On the left side of the screen. Oh, there you go. It's cut off on that one. It's on the left side of your screen, like over where your chats would be. It says gems. And then we're going to click on new gem. Okay? It's going to give us this little interface here. Let's just name it my social. Actually, we can name it after a person. Give me a last name of one of your clients. Moody. Okay. The Moody's. And I could say empty nesters. Description. We don't have to worry about that. Instructions. Paste your prompt. Okay? We're done. Okay. Now, just like, and I'm sorry, sir, what was your name? Joe. Just like Joe was talking about earlier, he made a custom GPT that had all the codes. If you need to create a knowledge base for something, that's essentially what you did, is you uploaded a document. That counts as a knowledge base. That's where this knowledge is right here. You can attach files. So let's say that you've got a bunch of old marketing material about yourself you want it to pull from as well, or like special things or whatever. You can attach like PDFs and documents there, and it can pull from them. Okay? I am going to just hit save. And then now we have this. Okay? Let's start the chat. So now that we have this created,
Why did you decide Gemini?
because ChatGPT is going to add ads to everything, and we get Gemini for free. And who knows? The other thing is,
I have paid version of ChatGPT.
if you have a paid one, you can do it. I don't know how long that is. I don't know what the nature of where that's going right now. Yeah. We have Gemini for free. It works great. In my opinion, bless you, Gemini does a much better job at deep research than ChatGPT. Anybody here know what deep research is?
But if you
My
have
favorite
the
thing.
paid version, you can get like a certain amount of deep research per month.
Completely different way it handles deep research, though.
Really?
Yeah. The way Gemini handles deep research is it basically gives you an actual brief, and every time you order it, the brief comes through almost the same. ChatGPT, it's like it reinvents how it creates deep research every time it deep researches. That's why the S in me doesn't like the fact that it makes it different every time. I want a format, and I want it to stick kind of close to the format. ChatGPT doesn't do that as much. It goes, this time I'm going to make it like this. And when I mean deep research, guys, I will show you this because I have like, okay, for example, email marketing best practices. I did this recently for a class. Deep research, it goes over the entire internet that it has available. It pulls citations. It synthesizes the data, and then it tells you where it got its information from. So instead of normal chat where it's like, hey, yeah, this is true, and you're like, well, where'd you learn that? And it's like, I don't know. Where did I learn that? That's what it'll tell you. I'm not sure where that came from. The deep research, it's like sending an intern out to go collect a bunch of stuff, and then they make a report for you. Does that make sense? Like, it's different. It's way better. Just remember, though, it only can pull what's available on the internet. So you're not going to say, give me home prices in Cherokee County in this neighborhood or whatever. No, you're going to go to FMLS or Georgia MLS or whatever. You're going to pull things from your proper sources. But it'll give you great research based on, look, I mean, it breaks it down into nice little categories, and then at the end, it gives you all your nice citations. Where did all the things come from? So you can go say, well, it said this, and you can talk to it. So you say, you said this, where did this specific thing come from? And then you can go to that website and go like, that's not what it said. What the heck? How did it infer this? Okay? So, all right, the gem. Go back to the gem. Your gems will appear here on the left side, similar to how ChatGPT gives you your custom things. When you use a gem or a custom GPT, it's like starting from blank every time. It has no memory, which means it's not going to drift. It's not going to take suggestions you said on some other project and then start to go, well, it's relevant to this particular project. It's going to act like a brand new person every single time that you do this. So for example, let's upload, let me see if I think I have a picture of a house here. I have a picture of a house right here, okay? And I will say, make me a Facebook post to promote this property, okay? And it is going to take all the considerations that we just put in there, and it is going to make it for my target audience, and it is going to make it based on my communication style, and so it made this really long. We did not like that. So we don't like that. So you may want to put in your instructions, please shorten things. But what do? It's AI. That feels really long. But let's see what it gave us based on that. Many of the people I talked to in Curry County say they're ready for a different kind of freedom. You spent years maintaining a large family home, and while it served your family well, priorities are shifting. You want to spend your weekends visiting grandchildren or finally planning a long-awaited trip across the country rather than managing a list of endless home repairs and yard work. Y'all can see where this is going. Does that hit different than just, look at this pretty house down the street for $499? What do most real estate posts look like? Look at this pretty house down the street for $499. It's got a, look at the tile in this bathroom. It's beautiful. Like, that's fine, but this goes a little bit deeper. And here's the thing. Because social media has gone to the interest graph model, the people who this will resonate with, it'll show up in their timeline. The people who it won't show up in their timeline. So you could actually create this post two separate ways for two different groups of people, and that same image and that same post would go to two segments of people. Y'all follow where I'm going? This is the whole hacking of the things a little bit here. So let's say I like it, but make it under 300 characters. Keep the meat. Keep the meat. Let's see what it gets. You can change it, though. That's the thing. I mean, guys, I'll tell you this. I'm 43, and I will tell you what I hate the most about owning a home is yard work, which is why I own a townhouse, okay? I own it. It's mine, but I don't deal with the yard work. I would rather die than do yard work. Like, I would. I just don't like it. I don't like it. It gives me no energy. People are like, I want to get out on the lawnmower, you know, drink a few beers, like hang out, listen to some music. It's my me time. I'm like, no, that's not my me time. I got plenty of other me time than that. So, trade yard work for more time with the grandkids. Cherokee County Home offers the simplicity you've earned without the stress of renovations. There's the renovations. Provide a steady guidance you need to protect your future and freedom. Let's talk about your next chapter. There you go. How cool is that? Now, just like we talked about earlier, if it doesn't feel right or if something's not right, it doesn't hit right on it, rewrite it. But at least you've got a good idea of what this framework can look like. Let's take that same one, and I'll use one of my other ones. Let's see, I think I cannot remember what family this one is. It was another class I did this in. So I'm going to put that same house in there. Let's see how it comes across for this people. Facebook post. And let's say under 300 characters. Same house. And by the way, part of the prompt is it scans the house and looks at the features of it. So that's one of the things I added in there is if it adds images, if you add images, it will scan them.
So is this a townhouse?
It's looking, yeah, it's just what information it has available. That's one of the things we have to remember about AI can only work with the information it's given. It does not actually have intelligence. That is one of the weird things about AI is it's not really smart. It's just really good at sorting things based on huge data sets. So, all right, so data suggests that Marietta traffic is the leading cause of cold coffee and school run stress for families with one car. Home in the right spot can change your whole week. After 14 years here, I know which neighborhoods offer the best balance. Let's find your path to the lake. Obviously, these people wanted to own a house at the lake, okay? And there we go. What do we think? Do me one thing before you leave. Hang on. Scan this code. I want you to get this at least so you can make sure you get follow-up stuff if you're getting out. Everybody can go ahead and scan it while we're on this, and then we can talk a little bit more, and then we can close out. I will make sure tomorrow morning to send an email out to you guys with follow-up materials with a link as well on this.
Jessica, Sam Jackson.
Now, Patrick should be on there. That's me. Although if you didn't like the class, you could put someone else's name. It's fine. If you didn't like it, it's fine. This is the easiest way for me to capture email addresses to make sure y'all get the follow-up materials is why I do it this way. It's not just to get reviews. But I may show those to my leadership too, you know. Be like, hey, people actually show up these classes, I swear. Honestly, you can pick anything you want. But I think AI for real estate's in there. I may have MC Visit as one of them. It doesn't really matter. Sure, yeah, that's actually the name of the class. My online classes are all there, but my in-person ones, I move them in and out, and sometimes I forget to update it.
The name of this class is?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, though, I'll be honest. I'll correct it either way. Yep. Same thing for any other things that you have, if any other markets that you're in. I built the genesis of this was me building one for my writing, because guess what? I got tired of making captions for Facebook and Instagram. So what I did is and I went way deeper than you guys even want to know on this. But I made one for my writing, and I will, as an example, here is, let's see, here, let's do this one. So here's 3 of the books in my series, and I could say Facebook post. That's the wrong size for a Facebook post. And you're going to see how different this particular one comes out. It starts with a whisper in the dark, a spark, a forge, a choice to step closer to the impossible. The Foundry Trilogy is a journey from raw creation to cosmic transformation. Not true at all, by the way. That's why I'm like, it only knows what it knows. Like, that's not correct at all. From first ignition to final tempering, every book steps deeper into the fire. Every page, same silent question. What will you become when the universe pushes back? It's your time, touch the stars. It's on brand, it's off message.
So what if you uploaded your manuscript?
No.
No, okay.
I'm not, heck no. No. Although one of my books was stolen by Meta and is in their training data. Just know everything you put in ChatGPT is in their training data. They'll say it and it is in their training data. There's.
So you wouldn't want to put it out there because of.
Yeah, nothing AI related touches my creative works. I'll put it this way. Social media though, I kind of see it as throwaway content. My only intention is to get people to go to Amazon and go check and see if they want to buy my book or not. Like same thing for us in this. Our only objective is not for AI to replace us, but to get them to reach out to us so we can have an appointment. Because at the end of the day, guys, what is our objective? It's appointments. Leads, appointments, that's it. That's sales in real estate. Do you sell someone over the phone, or do you try to get them to an appointment? Like which one of these? Yeah, sounds like we should meet. Like don't ever say too much. Okay. Was this valuable at all, guys? If anybody didn't get it, I'll put it back up. Was this actually valuable? Yes. Okay. Any ahas? Did you learn something today that you may not have learned before in this space? The what? Yep. It's a great tool. Gemini is also, I will tell you this, Gemini, not that I love AI image generation, it is way better than ChatGPT, hands down. There's a thing called Nano Banana. It's kind of scary how good Nano Banana is. I will show you guys, since Nano Banana is the one that they use. Hang on a second. So I decided what's interesting about this over ChatGPT is you can even upload sketches, and it figures them out pretty well. So let's see. This was ChatGPT, and this one came out fine, but hang on. This right here is a sketch of mine, okay, of one of the ships in my book series here. And hang on a second, let me show you. That is the result. I said, Make this into a photorealistic spaceship, put it floating over a planet covered in storms. That is the result. Kind of looks really good. Another one is, hang on, these kind of came out kind of cheesy, but hang on, I will show you. Hang on. This one right here freaks me out at how realistic it actually looks. This is 100% AI generated. No, I had a sketch. I had a sketch. It was just, if y'all saw my sketch, you'd laugh. I mean, like we're talking like it was like not, it was not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a stick person, but it is definitely like a line drawing of a cartoon. And so, yep. And hang on a second. There's a picture of her and the main character that kind of, it amazes me how realistic that ended up coming out. Yeah. If you really start to pay attention, there's a lot of things that don't make sense. Like both, like the way the bathrooms are set up in there, some other things in the bar. But anyway, whoa, I did not mean to like zoom way out. Yeah. So we played around. I played around with things as soon as Nano Banana came out because I was curious what it's capable. Like this picture makes no sense when you start peeling it apart. Men and women. There's also men and women, but they're all different types of signs. Why? I have no idea. That's just AI tries too hard sometimes. It tries way too hard sometimes. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, that's directly out of Gemini. So, but I will share you all this. Hang on a second. This is not AI because I'm proud of it. And I did not do this. This is what I paid a professional to do. And this is the actual current working cover for that particular book, how it turned out. And that right there is actually all hand sketched. Yeah. It looks really good.
Somebody, a person did this.
Yep. Yeah, he has done book covers for New York Times bestselling authors. And so he did mine. So.
I feel like that slimy thing, is that out there somewhere? Like, is that a real thing?
What do you mean? It's an axolotl.
Like, can you buy one of those little?
Yeah. They're like this big. Yeah, they're like this big. Now in this one, it's a meter long, but you know it's fine. Yeah, no, it's a real. Yeah, no, come on. You should know. Axolotl. Axolotls are cute. Come on. They're like this big though. They are like salamanders. They're amphibians. Fun axolotl fact. They are juveniles for life. They never grow up. They only come from one lake in the world, and it's in Mexico, and they're an endangered species. Huh? They are highly studied by science because of the fact that they never age. They're not sure how old they actually get, and you can cut off every part of their body and they will regenerate it. Arms, legs, up to half of their brain, they will regenerate it. They think it has something to do with the fact that it's a juvenile for life, and basically like stem cells or something like that are continuing to just regenerate. They really don't know.
So they're however they're born. They hatch out of an egg.
They hatch out of an egg, yeah.
And they're fully formed.
No, I mean they're like other amphibians. They hatch out of an egg and they have like the different phases. I can't remember what they are offhand, but yeah. But they're cute. They're cute. They come in different colors and stuff. But some of them are ugly, but I mean, come on, look at that guy. Look at him. Come on. Huh?
Why are they endangered?
Because there's only one lake in the world that they're in, and people don't care too much about taking care of. Yeah. But they technically never become adults, and it has something to do with how other salamanders, because if they're in that same family, how other salamanders have certain environmental pressures which make them leave the water, but they never leave the water. The other ones leave the water because there's predators, but there's no predators in this lake. That's the reason why they were able to live there. So anyway, it's a whole thing. It's cool. Anyway, guys, like I said, I appreciate y'all. I hope this was valuable, and the email that I send it back to you guys from, feel free to ask me questions anytime. You have an idea, you have something you want to run past me, you want to borrow my brain for a second, I will get on a phone call, I will talk for a few minutes, I will give you an answer. I will give you a workflow. I can only give you the barest hint of the things that we can only scratch the surface of things, but if you have questions, please reach out. I'm here to be a resource and a partner for you guys. I want y'all to win this year. I want y'all to do well in real estate. The market is tough. But I'll tell you this, there's two sides of the market I'm seeing right now. Either you don't make any money or you make all the money. Okay? Go make all the money, please. Y'all hear me? I know people last year that made $1 million in real estate, and I know people last year who couldn't sell one house. Same market, and it really comes down to you. So you're the silver bullet, but I want to be able to help you, okay? All right, guys. Have a good day. My pleasure.